What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and we just got some big news regarding upcoming Lifeweaver changes that'll be hitting live servers as soon as next week. Just a short while ago, Overwatch 2 lead hero designer Alec Dawson took to Twitter outlining many upcoming buffs for Lifeweaver specifically, including Healing Blossom. Ammo has been increased to 20 from previously being only 12 ammo, and the slow while charging up the Healing Blossom now kicks in 1 second after being fully charged, so for that first second as you're charging, you won't be slowed at all. Thorn Volley had its spread tightened. Tree of Life health has been increased up to 1200 from it previously being only 1000, and additionally each healing pulse it gives out now heals 75 as opposed to the previous 50 HP. And last but most interesting in my opinion, Parting Gift, the passive ability which heals either allies or enemies, has been removed entirely. Yes, these are some very interesting changes here, but before I jump into actually addressing them, I would also like to cover some control scheme changes that were announced by Overwatch game director Aaron Keller a couple days ago, which are that the new control schemes for Lifeweaver include Thorn Volley now becoming Lifeweaver's alternate fire as opposed to having to swap to it as a separate weapon. Pedal Platform will be replacing Dash as ability 1, so for PC players that's the shift key, now that will be Pedal Platform as opposed to the dash. The platform can also be cancelled by pressing that same ability button, whereas previously it required the interact button. Dash has been moved to double jump. Thank goodness, this is exactly what I was hoping they'd do. Just straight up copy Hanzo's lunge ability. That ability feels great. There's no reason not for Lifeweaver to have it as well. And auto reload on Thorns has been slowed in order to compensate for the not needing to weapon swap anymore. Alright, so now that I've covered all the changes specifically, what are my thoughts? Well, let's talk about the upcoming buffs, which also I'll mention will be coming this coming Tuesday, April 25th, so pretty soon. Overall, absolutely, I think these are in the right direction. Increasing the amount of ammo on Healing Blossom is a great idea. Personally, I wouldn't even be against them just removing the ammo entirely and just making it like Sigma's Hyperspheres, where you just sort of throw them out indefinitely and never have to reload. But hey, an ammo buff at the very least is a nice shift in that direction. The change to the slow is going to make it feel just a lot better actually playing, because Healing Blossom in general is just an awful feeling ability. Having to charge it up, the minimal amount of healing it dishes out, the fact you can't do anything else while healing with it, overall it just feels awful. So these changes are definitely going to make it feel better. Again, maybe there's more they could end up doing a little bit later down the line with it to make it feel even better, but for now, this is a good start. Thorn Volley spread tightening, nice little buff, not too much to say on that one. Buffing the Tree of Life I think is really important because as cool as the Tree of Life is and as much fun of an ability as it is, it really just doesn't feel that strong. It's too easy to kill, it doesn't feel impactful enough other than physically getting in the way of your own team as often as the enemy it feels. So yeah, buffing it is great, and Parting Gift being removed entirely. This one surprised me. Certainly there have been a ton of complaints about Parting Gift and the fact that it's basically just a free boon for flankers that kill you. And so my thought was they would probably just remove the aspect where it can heal enemies and make it so it's just something that heals your allies instead. But no, the passive is being removed entirely, and even though I wasn't expecting them to go in this direction, honestly, I kind of like it. Lifeweaver already has a horrifically bloated kit with a ton of abilities and mechanics in it. So yeah, just outright removing the passive period, yeah, I'm all for it. Simplify his kit. He doesn't need to have that much stuff in it. Certainly I'm eager to actually get to play around with these changes, as after a week plus of playing Lifeweaver, I've, I don't know, not found myself enjoying the hero too much, at least at the skill level where I play him. I don't know, it's just, his kit is so clunky, and he's such a confusing and situational hero that requires so much coordination with your teammates, who, most of which at this point, people in general just don't know what to do with Lifeweaver. Whether you're playing as Lifeweaver or playing with Lifeweaver or even against Lifeweaver, people just don't know what to do with them. So yeah, we've seen a pretty sharp decline. At least I personally have seen a pretty sharp decline in the number of people playing him even just a few days after his launch. So hopefully these changes will help bring him more in line, give people more options to play with him, and overall just benefit the state of the hero. Talking a bit about the control schemes as well that Aaron Keller posted a short while ago, these are all largely what I would have wanted. The weapon swap, I know there are some people who liked it just because they like the idea of there being another hero with a weapon swap, but honestly, having to swap to Thorn Volley from Healing Blossom just was not a fluid or effective mechanic. A lot of people would compare Lifeweaver to Mercy in that regard, where it's like, oh, you have to swap to the pistol on Mercy if you want to deal damage, otherwise you can only heal or damage boost. But the main difference there is that Mercy has an effective and consistent escape tool, so when she's getting attacked by flankers, she can just fly to a teammate and not have to worry about directly combating the person flanking them. Whereas Lifeweaver, he doesn't have that kind of ability. Maybe he can use his pedal platform to sort of elevate himself above the flanker to where they can't really hit him, but that's hinging on your pedal platform not being on cooldown, and given how long the cooldown for that ability is, there's a good chance it's going to be on cooldown, in which case there's nothing you can do. You're basically screwed. So his only way of combating flankers is to use his Thorn Volley to fight back, but given that you have to take that whole process of swapping to Thorn Volley in order to actually do that, you're usually going to end up dead by the time you actually start shooting out any thorns, especially given how big Lifeweaver's hitbox is. Oof, he soaks up damage so easily. So yeah, putting Thorn Volley on Alt-Fire I think is a great idea. Absolutely, it's a change that I think is going to make him feel much better to play, and also just streamline his kit in general. The other changes to dash and platform feel more like sort of necessary changes they ended up making in order to accommodate for the fact that Alt-Fire is now Thorn Volley, though I do especially love that dash is now just on the double jump. So much simpler, so much more intuitive. You can just copy that muscle memory from Hanzo straight over to Lifeweaver and you're good to go. Not that I have Hanzo muscle memory or anything. It's not like I play Hanzo. Who would do that, right? So overall, I have to say, these changes are good. They're a step in the right direction. Are they enough? Maybe. We'll see. Oftentimes, heroes can end up becoming pretty good, even with pretty minimal buffs and changes, so I'm excited to see next week how these end up playing out and what they actually bring for the hero in terms of viability and people being able to figure out what the heck to do with them. Now, if only we could see about Blizzard reevaluating that Brigitte Ultimate rework, because, yeah, that certainly didn't shape up to be the game-breaking OP buff everyone was saying it would be. Don't get me wrong, this is a cool shield and everything, but yeah, this rework isn't terribly great. In fact, I'd argue she maybe even got nerfed overall with these changes. But that's a topic for another time. So on that note, thank you all so much for watching this video. Definitely let me know your thoughts on these changes coming for Lifeweaver in the comments down below. Are you excited to try out this new control scheme? Do you think these buffs are the right direction for him? Or maybe you disagree. Either way, be sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, hit up that bell icon, and come join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.